Well, now to the banks and big money lenders accused of offering easy credit to pensioners who can least afford it, like Heather Thomas, whose credit card limit was raised from a manageable $700 to, wait for it, $9,000. But there are ways to protect yourself.
They'll keep offering you credit card limit increases to make sure you're taking on more and more debt.
I suffered through it, trying to get it paid.
If you haven't received a letter like this from your bank, it's highly likely it's on its way.
It's preying on people who don't know any better, I guess, to a certain extent.
And you'd say that you were one of those people?
Yes, definitely.
It's a simple notice encouraging people to extend their credit card limit, sometimes by thousands of dollars. And what's really causing the worry are the words.
Then relax and enjoy the reassurance that you have extra credit available.
Nicole Rich from the Consumer Action Law Centre says the banks are manipulating customers with phrases like this.
I have some great news. Life's full of pleasant surprises, and being offered an increased credit limit is one of them.
What the banks and lenders are doing with these letters is very similar to those sort of letters that say, congratulations, you've won the lottery, just sign and send back and, you know, you've won.
Well, they would just write to me and they would say, you've just been such a good client and you've paid well, and all of which is true, and just sign this paper for another increase and just send it back to us and that'll be it. And it's just so easy.
Pensioner Heather Thomas earns $275 a week. She requested a credit limit of $700 with GE money.
I rang them and said, you know, I would like that card, that $700 limit, and the lady said to me, why don't you go for the $2,000, the gold card? I said, oh, I'm not going to get that, I'm a pensioner.
Well, it was approved, but before long she had a limit of $9,000.
I did reach that limit. I always made sure that that payment was the first thing I paid, and everything else just had to fall into place, and food seemed to be last on the list, so I would end up having muesli 3 nights a week because I couldn't afford the food. Even a cup of coffee got a bit hard sometimes.
Heather bought a new computer and a car. She admits she could have got much further into debt.
They did send me another letter offering me $15,000, but I said no thank you. I knew that was way past my limit.
I think Heather's case is common, and the reason that she will sign up for these offers or accept these offers is because she is feeling financially vulnerable.
Dr. Paul Harrison from Deakin University says pensioners are easy targets.
When you're stressed and vulnerable, throwing it in the bin doesn't come as an option, because what it does is offer a short-term solution to something that might be concerning you.
Do you think they took advantage of you?
Oh, I would say so, yes. They made it so easy.
Do the banks ever contact you asking for you to get a credit card?
Oh yes, many times, but we just cut the thing up.
I think they're hungry, very hungry.
Banks are a business. They're trying to make a profit. They make good profits year after year, so they're not a community service.
If you're sent one of these letters, Paul says,
when you receive the offer, don't fill it in as soon as you receive it. Sit down and take some time to think about whether you can afford this limit increase.
And read the terms and conditions carefully.
If people are thinking of getting a credit card when you're on a limited income, don't. Find some other way. Don't get caught up in this trap, because it is a trap and it's an ever-decreasing spiral once you're on it.
Wise words. And in a statement sent to a current affair, a spokesman for GE Money says the company's aim is to provide credit only to customers who can afford it. Further, it encourages customers to decline any offer they can't afford. I think that's the sound of the buck being passed.